Hi students, welcome back after your exams. Hope you people would have done your exams well. In the first 3 weeks, we have seen how the principles of animation works with regard to squash and stretch, timing and spacing, ease in and ease out with a normal ball bounce. So we have also seen ball bounces such as a rubber ball, a metal ball, as well as a TT ball. In the following exercises, we have also seen how to animate a ball with hurdles. So now we are planning to move on to how to animate characters. So ball bounce forms the basics of it. So right now we'll be moving on to small characters. Next we'll be moving on to like an intermediate kind of characters, and finally we'll be animating a normal walk of a character or a boy or a girl. Okay, so in this video we'll be learning about how to basically animate a character. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my file, the reference editor. I'm going to reference a rig called as tailed. Okay, so the file name is tailed. Just click reference. So you get a rig here. So this is basically a ball with a tail. So if your viewport is showing something like this, so go to the renderer or the lighting, use no lighting, and again go to default lighting. Oh my god, no, it's not working. Okay, so it's like two-sided lighting, default lighting. Okay, so enable this. Now you will be able to see a ball with a tail. Okay, so in today's class we'll be seeing how to animate this rig. First of all, before starting off, we'll see all the controllers that is available for this rig. First one, I'm gonna select the global controller. So when you click the global controller, you have your translate, which will help you to move your character front and back. The translate Y, which is your up and down. Translate Z, which is your left and right. But normally, if it's a rig, this is my x-axis and this is my Z, which is my depth. So right now they have switched between these two. Translate X right now is like in the depth. Okay, so this is a problem we are having. Next one is my rotations. Basically, visibility you can keep it on and off. Global scale, you can scale the character, the size of the rig. Okay, I can keep it at 2, so the size of the rig increases. Default is 1, so that's fine. So tail on is, so normally what we do with these kind of basic characters, first we will try to consider applying the timing and spacing for a ball for this character. Then what we'll do is we'll try to animate the tail according to the bounce, which will make our work simpler rather than complicating the bounce totally. So with regard to it, what we'll normally do is, first of all, we'll switch on and off the tail. So until then it will be like considered as a ball only. Okay, so first we animate the bounce, and after which like we'll be like animating the tail accordingly. Fine. So right now we are planning to have an in place bounce for our character. Okay, so we'll see how we can apply other principles such as overlapping and follow through actions for your animation. Okay, so first I'll select this. I'll make this tail on. First I'll showcase all the controllers that is there. So next one, so you have the tailed type. So these are the character rigs that you have. This is the simple basic rig. Next one is your fox. So this helps you to have, if you're very much bored about animating a ball, which is like this, which is like totally empty and which is not having any kind of facial expressions. So you can have a fox, or you can also have a beaver. Okay, so this is the kind of flexibility we are having. So it's totally up to you with regard to like what kind of rig you're planning to animate. I don't think specially you have got some controllers for your ear or for the fox also. Yeah. So no special controllers are given for these kind of ear and all those kind of stuffs. So we can only squash and stretch. Okay. Yeah. So and one biggest problem with this rig is when I'm applying a squash, see the tail is also getting squashed. This is the limitation of this rig. Being a free kind of downloadable rig, these rigs also have its own limitations where we cannot expect 100% perfect kind of controllers that has been already created. So the biggest drawback of this rig is when I squash, this kind of deformations in the tail should not happen. Okay, so right now it's happening. So in order to give a cartoonic kind of effect, okay, in realistic kind of rigs, only the ball will squash, and specific controllers will be given for the tails for squash as well as for its stretch and rotations. Okay, so these are the basic rigs. So now what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to take frame of say 20 frames, the same ball bounce. Okay, so we'll quickly try to start animating. So right now, what kind of angle shall I keep? Okay, first I'll go to my orthographic side view. First thing what I need to do is create Mel script. Okay, so first I'll go to my script editor, clear all. So what I need to do, so if you're having a lot of controllers, the best way to easily create a Mel script for selecting all controllers is, I'll show you how to do it. First, I have my ball animation. If I select this controller, see, because ultimate ball is not here, so it's not getting selected. So edit, clear all. So in order to select all, how many controllers are there? This is my global. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 controllers for my tail. 1 controller for placing my ball up and down, and 1 for my squash and stretch. Okay, so you don't have a controller at the bottom. So only way you can squash and stretch is through this controller alone. In your previous ball rig, you had for a squash from the top, for the stretch from the bottom also, like 2 controllers were present. Okay, if you remember. So we need to understand the limitations and animate it accordingly. So what you do is go to show, press none. Okay, then press show, press NURBS curves, show NURBS curves. Okay, so what this option does is it only shows the NURBS curves that is present in the scene. So what I can do, I can just make a selection. So all the controls will be selected, and I can just select this one, press Maya, keep it here, and press Mel script. Okay, gives it here. I've got the Mel script right now, so I'm closing this. So again, show polygons, show nub surface. Okay, so if you're animating, if you have the nubs curve, nub surface, and polygons, these 3 things are enough for you. You don't need any other things because we are just animating. Okay, so right now I'm clicking my global. So as of now, I'm gonna switch off my tail, so which I'll try to animate later. So just please understand, before creating Mel script for the character, enable the tail, select all controllers, create a Mel script. Else what happens, for example, if you're not enabling the tail, if you're creating a controller, it will be creating, you'll be able to create Mel script only for these 3 controllers, the global, the ball with head, and the squash and stretch. The other 4 controllers for the tail will be totally left off. So see to it you don't do that. Okay, so this is one instruction, please be aware. So right now My intention is to have my ball at the top here. Okay, select all, press an S key. So 20 would be same at the top. So 9, what happens? My character comes down. Okay, Maya is gonna animate this for me. Okay, 1, again it goes up. Okay, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Yeah. So now trying to have my keyframes 1, 2, and 3. So this is my breakdown. Breakdown is there. So again, I'm trying to have another breakdowns. Select all, pressing an S key. Again, from 9 it's going to 14. Select all, S key. So 1, it's coming straight, hitting the ground, going up, again settling up. Okay, it's done. So next one is I need to apply my squash and stretch. So what I'm gonna do, copy 9, paste it at 10. So 9 and 10 will become same. So here again my ball needs to stretch. Getting it? The same principles of ball. So here it's normal, stretching. Here my character squashes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so same way I'm copying this keyframe, going to my frame number 11, pasting it there, but trying to keep it slightly up. Okay, and to apply my ease ins and ease outs. So what I'll do, go to the next frame, press and select all controller, press an S. Same way, next controller, press an S. So what I'll try to do, try to move this for 2 frames, try to move this for 2 frames. Okay, see how it works. So 1 frame, that's fine. We'll see how it works. Just play it, we'll see how it works. Okay, I'm having something here, but the problem is it's not fast, it's very slow. So the reason behind it is ball is coming very slow from 5 to 10. So I need to retime it. So select all. I'm gonna decrease the duration from frame number 9. Okay, same way from 9 to 12. Again, it's very slow. From here, again, it's very slow. Let's see how it works. So frame number 16. So 16 is my rough timing for my bounce. Let's see how it works. Don't think so it's working fine. So we'll see the up and downs first of all. So Windows animation editor, my graph, very big, make this smaller. Okay, reason why my ball is having very bad animation is like just because of this keyframe here, the translate y of this. Okay, so next 13 to 15, it's like number of frames is like so much, need to decrease it. So select all, just decrease by 1 frame, so it goes by 15. Sorry, okay, 15 is fine. It's an approximation, so you can work however you want. So next one is my translate y. I'm gonna make it okay, all these 3 things needs to be spline. So this one needs to go up because 2 bounce. Okay, hope that's it. Let's see how it works. Too much speed, right? So right now the problem here is the ball is not having more amount of hang time in the air. So what I'll try to do, I'll try to increase the number of hang time here. So I'm gonna increase by 1 frame both at the starting and both at the ends. So it's gonna cost me 2 more frames. So select all controllers. 15 will go to 16. Okay. So then 16 will be in 17. Okay. See what happens. So now I'm going to my graph editor. Translate Y, making it big. Okay, so we'll try to calm down. We'll try to have hang time. Okay. So don't do here. Okay. I don't need very slow speeds here, so I'll decrease 1 frame here. This would be here. This would be here. Okay, got it. Let's see how it works. Just increased 1 frame, retimed it. Hope you're able to have a better bounce right now. Okay, looks fine. Okay, so now we are having more amount of hang time than before. So it's totally based upon your timing and spacing. Okay, so ball has more amount of hang time, starts to come faster. So from frame number 6, next frame is frame number 7. See the amount of displacement. 7, next frame is like hit, next frame goes up. So frame number 7 and 9 would be totally different, and goes up fast, again slows out and cushions in. So this is how I want to make a ball bounce. Okay, so when my ball is getting animated, I'll show you the basic poses how it should be. So when the ball is squashing, first of all, what I need to do is I need to switch on the tail. Okay, so the ball, select all controller here for the tail, press E, make it come down. Okay, so this one would be like still this way. Okay, totally down. This one will be like slightly up. See to it the tail is not getting penetrating. Tail is not penetrating your ground. Okay. Yeah, this is the pose. Select all. Yes. So here we are not animated anything. Okay, when it's going up. So from top, when this character is at the middle, so what happens? It's coming due to gravity. So this will be like this way. Okay. Okay, again, when it's going up, it will be rotating in the opposite way. Okay. See the difference here. So this is the up position, the C curve, and this is my reverse C when it's going up. So it will be like a flow going up and down. Okay, so when the force is acting on top, your tail will be dragging down. So when the force is coming from top to down, your tail will also follow it. So that's the reason we call this as follow through. So when it's hitting the ground, we try to hit like this. So the next frame, how it would be is my tail would tend to drag down because it's still getting. Okay, all controller 2, press 2. Okay, so then this will be like slightly like this. This will be like this. So here what happens, my ball will tend to have a bend like this. So here I'll try to have something like this. Then okay, here just copy this keyframe, paste it here. Here it will be going up. This is my maximum. Can you see some kind of overlap that's happening in the tail? Okay. So what happens? My tail goes down. So what happens? My tail will go up. Here, this is the maxima. So ball comes, hits. So here, this will be like totally up, and this will be like down. So this will be like totally down, taking up, going up. This will be like totally going up. This will be like coming down, hitting, going up. See how it works. Hope you're able to get it, the flow in your animation. So first see what's happening. So this is like a small kind of curve, just an arc. So when the character is coming down, your tail tends to bend more. Just see the tail here. So what happens here is the tail tends to bend. So when it's coming to the center, you have the best C arc, the positive C. Okay. So when the ball is coming with more amount of force, it tries to like come back to its original position, because the amount of force tries to drag the tail down so much. Okay, from the maximum position. So here it tries to come back, then it hits the ground. Next frame, it tends to have a S curve here. Can you see an S? So the more the S, more looks appealing. Okay, so then you'll have a better flow. Can you see? So basically we need to understand the starting pose and the ending pose. So here it's just an arc. So see to it your starting position and your ending position is having the same kind of poses. Then only you will be able to create suitable arcs. So my starting position and ending position is fine. Next one, I'm trying to see my breakdowns here. So this is my C arc, and here frame number 11 is my reverse C that's happening here. Can you see? So this is my C, this is my reverse C. Next one, this is my squash where it's a S. Okay, this kind of S. So from here it tries to coil inside. Next one is my C, which is like totally coiled. Next one is coming back to its normal position because due to acceleration due to gravity. Next one is my S. Again, it's trying to have more amount of bend here. Then my reverse C and your normal and back to its arc. Just play it. We'll be having a proper bounce. So here we are not gonna clean up the graph. We'll be seeing the visual kind of flow for the animation that's happening here. Okay, so for the tail, if you want to have progressive loops, I'll tell you what you need to do. For example, imagine I'm having frames of 100. So we have animated your animation for almost 16 frames. What we normally do is we'll try to create loops, animation loops, so that an animator need not necessarily create keyframes for so much amount of frames. So I'll show you right now how to do it. So for which, what you need to do is you need to select your first, you need to see whether all the first keyframe and the last keyframe, okay, is properly synced. There should not be any change in the poses between the first and the last keyframe. Okay, if there's any change, your animation will not be in a proper loop. So what you need to do, you need to go to Windows, Animation Editor, Graph. Okay, select all controller. Okay, okay, go to curves. You have pre-infinity cycle, curves, post-infinity cycle, view, infinity. Okay, can you see the loops being created in Maya? So what I did was curves, pre-infinity cycle. So what Maya does is, Maya tries to create loops with these kind of keyframes. So even if it's like 1000 number of frames, you don't need to worry about it. Can you see? So the next interesting thing, I'll go to my perspective. So I'm having a loop for this character. So this is an in-place bounce whatever I've created. Right now I have not animated my global, right? So global is placed at the same place. If I want to make this character move from one place to another, so what I can do here is I will select my global, make the place like go here, press S. Okay. Oh my god, I also looped it. Okay, Windows, animation editor, graph. Okay, so road cannot be animated. Big problem. Key selected. Okay, frame 50. I don't think my controller is working. So you can try working on this. So I'll tell you how to do it. So go to the first frame, try keying the global here. Normally it needs to work, but I don't know what's the problem here. Bar is selected, not locked. To select all, channel unlock selected. See how it works. So frame number 1 is not working. So normally how it works is, so we create loops here, then we try to animate the global. So what happens here is, when my animation is playing, my ball will try to move based upon the kind of movement I'm giving my global here. Okay, that's the kind of concept we are working on. So try creating the ball bounce for this character, and what I would suggest you is, if you want to be more creative, you can keep some hurdles here, like what to say, you can create hurdles and try to make the character jump on it. Okay, so try experimenting it. So we are starting off with new characters. Try to give some personality to the characters, try to make it feel, and you can also like make the character rotate and search here and there. Okay, give some kind of feeling, emotions, and make it watch up and down. So you can be more creative, you can try experimenting all those kind of things. Okay, so first try to make a proper overlapping kind of flow for this kind of animation. So get it, we'll see how it works. Okay, any doubts, I'll be along with you tomorrow after the video session. Any doubts, like you can message me and I'll be there to like support you. Thank you guys.